The state government of Meghalaya has on Thursday come to a decision to implement certain rules and regulations on private schools who are seeking for assistance and support. It was detailed that if private institutions cannot follow protocols, they will be barred from receiving assent. Addressing the media after the cabinet meeting, the Minister of Education, Lakman Rimboy, apprised that in over the years till date, there had not existed any sort of protocols and regulations on establishments of private institutions. However, with the newly implemented rules, it would be easier to identify and extend support to those in dire need. One of the imperative requirements that private schools should have is a campus of 2.5 acre in urban areas, while in rural areas 3.5 acre. Another is, teachers should be well trained as well as to be certified under the National Council for Teacher Education or other certified teachers legitimacy course. Salary allotment to teachers should be prepared at least 3 months prior each sanctioned, and there should be an establishment of Teachers Welfare Fund. Recognition of private institutions can be achieved when Deputy Commissioners or Superintendent of Police provides no objection certificate which can verify the ingenuity of each private establishment as far as institutions is concerned to ensure it is well equipped with adequate facilities. The Minister further stated that there should be a committee that would monitor and inspect the functions of the schools, and methods of teachings should follow suit according to the regulations given by the Meghalaya School Improvement Program.
The government approved the prescribed norm for providing grant aid to schools. As of now, the grant aid to any school was provided by the government to different schools without any norms or any rules. So the government to streamline all these things, if at all the government have any resources to help the school in the near future, so they have to meet the criteria as approved by the government today. That is number one. And number two, the cabinet also approved the proposal for prescribing norms and criteria for granting opening permission and recognition. In this also, as of now, proposal for prescribing norms and criteria for granting opening permission and recognition. As of now, the rules for granting of permissions and recognition is there, but as the government to streamline the education, we see that we need to relook into this rule. So that's why the government, the education department has amended this rule, and then the cabinet today has approved these rules. Cabinet has also approved the appointment of this Meghalaya Real Estate Regulation Development General 2020 to have the appellate authority. So we in the cabinet, we have approved that since Meghalaya as of now, in the interim period, we have no case at all. So we will use the service of the appellate authority which are there in Assam. So these three are the issue which the government have taken today. The main thing is there are about 11 points which it is there, but the main thing is that any person or any managing committee who want to start the school, they have to meet the criteria. Number one, they have to have a proper land. The land is that in the urban area, they should have a minimum land of 2.5 acre, and in the rural areas, 3.5 acre. That is the main criteria for this thing. And number two, the sponsoring body should have at least 3-month contingency fund to meet the salary of the teachers. All the teachers should have should meet the criteria as prescribed by the NCTE or the authority as the case may be. And number 4, all the building and all the location to be set up the school, they have to meet the safety criteria. Suppose the building, they have to meet the disaster management rules. And number 3, for the safety of the student, the school should get the NOC for the Deputy Commissioner and also the SP of Police. Because as of now, some of schools they are set up in a congested area, and we find that during school time, neither the traffic flow nor the student could move. So that's why these are the 3 main criteria which we are regarding this prescribed norm for granting of aid of schools. For any affiliation, it should be probation of 2 years to get the, if they perform to the best of the, good, after 2 years, then the permanent affiliation by the MBOS will be given to such school. The granting in the state, as of now, it is about, the record is not there with me as of now, but it's about 900 plus. So, but it is this different. This is maybe some is a deficit pattern, some is deficit school, and some is ad hoc and lump sum. It is like that. Before, when the government grant any grant in aid, sometimes there is no prescribed norm, and we have seen that are some schools which have set up 20-30 years back, and some schools which are setting only 3-4 years back. The serving school of 20-30 years back who perform very well also, who have a maximum student also, they didn't get aid, and the recently one set up school which do not meet the minimum criteria also, they get. So to have a uniformity and to, without any such of bias to any school, we thought that the minimum standard could be, rules and norms should be set up so that any deciding school could, as and when there is a resource of the government, I used to as and when. It's not that once you meet this criteria you will get the aid. No, as and when there is a resource of the government to give aid to any school, then this criteria have to be met by those schools. There is no discussion of the cabinet regarding the opening of the school. We will take a call as and when the central government has lifted the lockdown, taking into consideration all the necessary steps so that the student will get education at the same time that we should not compromise on the health criteria. We are very concerned about these 2 issues. So we will, as I said before, if the government lift this lockdown, then we will taking into consideration both education and health and well-being of the student. There are some schools which are, so to say, that less deserving they are getting, and also why we take this, why the main criteria here is land. Why we make a criteria, at least in urban area, minimum 2.5 acre of land is there. You have seen that many schools they didn't have a playground. Many schools, but they get a grant from the government. Many schools they didn't have a parking space, and everybody, once there is a school, so there is a congestion, especially during the morning and the evening hours. So we want at least a minimum land availability should be there, so that anything could be done within the campus itself, at least the playground, this and that, they should have. Fund, if they, at least 3 months salary of the teachers, it is there so that you could pay. And number 3 is that all the teachers should be qualified as per NCTE norm. And number 4 is that you should have a teacher welfare form, which is, so this criteria is there. So the notification will come up based on this thing, but this is the gist of the thing of what we have decided today. The proper notification will come up in a due course of time. You see, this is for all schools, until and unless you meet the criteria, you will not get that permission.